Let's play some basketball indeed. Mike Peden and Riri Rennie with you one more time.
Yep.
For the 6th graders. 5th graders, it's the youngsters out there. And after today, I understand why you prefer going by Riri.
Yeah.
Crystal has had a
difficult time
learning your name.
It ain't easy to say.
Well, I got it the first time, I think.
Yeah, I think you got it the first time.
Well, I didn't know you went by Riri the first time I saw you. I go by. Well, I also cheat, and here's what I mean. If I check a roster and if it looks like there's a name that might trip me up, I'll find a coach and say, "How do you say this kid's name?"
Oh yeah.
And Richfield had a few.
Oh yeah. It was bad. Like every away game.
I wouldn't call it bad, but it just, I knew if I didn't go and check myself, I'd botch it, and then folks would think I'm an idiot.
We'd rather you come check because there's a lot of times where refs don't check or they don't check at all and they butcher our names.
Oh, you mean the announcers?
Yes. It was embarrassing. I think I got called like Zarihana one time. I'm like, who?
Zarihana.
And we were all looking around like, who's that?
Maybe that's your secret long-lost twin.
Maybe.
Or maybe that's your alter ego.
Maybe that's my alter ego.
So one more time, we've got red and gray. We'll get names and numbers as we make our way through. That is number 14, Brielle Koch. Over to 28.
Brielle Koch, you gotta let her cook. Ooh.
Arianni Shaffa. Arianni, the younger sister, I believe, of Anaya. And the clock is not going. There he goes.
Technical difficulty.
Well, technically, that would be a double dribble, but
yeah,
we'll let that slide.
Yeah.
Normally, you couldn't stop in the middle of a game and resume like that. Here's Shaffa with the take. Well, that looked pretty good. Just didn't go in.
There's some small, younger girls.
On the move, it's the gray team. And our first bucket belongs to Alana Shaw. She's one of the Lady Legends players.
Yeah, she has a whole fan section out here for her.
They show up. Ty Holt, she did the first game with me because you were out there playing.
Oh, yeah.
She goes hard for her players. She loves the coaching track. This is Shaffa.
Ooh, reverse?
We've seen a lot of players go for the reverses today, and it just hasn't quite worked out.
Yeah. Not an easy move to pull off. Ooh. Step through. There you go.
That's Amayah Washington, and the gray team is up 4-0 over red.
Three-pointer? Ooh.
Shaffa's
short.
3. Yep, it was. Riri's really digging these tunes here.
Okay, I like the music.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. I won't harp on you if you like music. I like music.
3
offline.
Oh,
Rebound. Put back.
Rebound.
And the gray team is up 6-0. Amayah Washington again. So the gray team off to a hot start. Step back 3 won't go down.
Oh, lost it.
And during the pregame, not only did Zarihana get a shout out, but Crystal also highlighted the officials today.
Yup, Anisha Scott and Maya McNeil.
Both seniors at De La Salle. Of course, we know Anisha's going to Richmond.
Yup. I think Amaya's undecided right now.
I talked to Anisha for a bit. Did some track the last few years, but opting to focus on training for basketball because Richmond, they made the tournament last year and got to the second round. So Anisha can't fool around. She's going to a D1 school that is a tournament contender. What do we have going on here?
I don't know. I'm like lost right now.
Oh, I've always been lost. Now I'm even more lost.
I am too.
Oh, we had too many players again.
Oh, I was not paying attention to that.
I don't think they quite figured out the substitution patterns.
I guess not. Now it seems like there's a right.
They don't have that big energy when it comes to understanding substitutions yet.
Yeah. They'll get it eventually.
That is number 20, Faith Vang. Faith, she's got to be 4 feet. Nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, I always give a plug.
Oh, no, that screen looked a little painful. That's how I set my screens. I make sure it's painful.
Well,
so then they know not to come back. 3.
Catch and shoot 3 doesn't go down.
Get your own rebound? Maybe.
Rebound. Number 29, Makayah Eytcheson, I believe is how you say it. I didn't get a pronunciation guide in full, so I'm doing a little bit of guesswork, but no guessing involved there. That is a putback bucket for Nakai Rucker, number 15, one of the 6th graders. A lot of 6th graders and a few 5th graders. In past years, this will be the first game. This year, they are the feature game, the last one. But this is a glimpse of what the next generation could be like. I have seen a few 5th and 6th graders in this game step it up in later ones. We got a lot of physicality going on.
Oh, yeah.
Arianni Shaffa with the bucket. We might see Shaffa in a high school uniform next year. She's a 6th grader, which means she'll be a 7th grader next year. So a 3-point play chance. That would make it 9-2. Anaya already putting in some work. Okay, no 3-point play. And I'm looking at it. It should be 6-4.
Ow. Did I forget to count the points?
There it is. There it is. That's all right. When I was here for the Middle School All-Star Series,
That's a far one.
that's a long outlet, a little too long. Whoops.
Lost it.
That was Adriana Barsky, but just brush it off. That's okay. Brush it off.
I just
like the last
she doesn't
game.
have a number on her back.
Again, it is a little tougher to identify players with just the number on the back, but at least they have them. And that will allow me to identify Layla Mayberry, who knocks down the 3. And the grade team up 9-4. Some tough defense. Eytcheson.
Oh, handles.
She's got a few. Vang calling for it. No, that's Aariya Phen, not Vang. This is the first time I've seen any of these players because they don't allow 5th and 6th graders to play varsity, so
Obviously not.
I don't spend a whole lot of time in the youth circuit.
I don't either.
Well, you were busy.
Well, yeah.
You were busy with your own basketball.
Yeah.
And you still will be. Did you play any other sports or was it just basketball?
Nope, just basketball. And when I was younger, only 1 year of soccer.
1 year of soccer. You
Yep.
seem thrilled about that. No.
I didn't know anything about soccer. I don't know why I was even put in soccer.
There was a time where I didn't know anything about basketball.
Ooh,
High-low, got it. I know Layla Mayberry's coming to play. 11-4.
Ooh, Gray is cooking right now.
Substitution stoppage. Number 18, Kyla Carter will check out, and in her place is 31, Desirae Brewster. .12:05, but this is running time. That is number 12, Nyla Wilburn, and the ball bounces away. Great team coming out flying so far, Riri.
Oh, yeah. Gray is cooking. They are cooking. They're not really giving Red much of a chance. Oh, on the floor?
Bodies on the floor. We'll have a jump ball. I did find out that Anisha has reffed for a couple of years when she gets free time, usually on Sundays.
She has.
Oh, you've seen her at games or at AAU?
I
Or
have seen her at
has she reffed one of your games?
No.
How awkward would that be? Oh, hi there.
Oh, hey, Nisha.
Hey, Anisha. You got to give props to her, though, because she came in amidst a big transition at De La Salle. There was a coaching change, a little bit of politics involved, and some uncertainty about how De La Salle might move forward. Anisha steered that ship in a big way.
Oh, yeah, she did.
And over the years, I've seen Anisha. I've covered a lot of De La Salle athletes.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it on your Instagram.
I still wish Jordan would have stuck it out in her senior year. I think De La Salle would have had a good chance of winning state if she did. But she chose to focus on volleyball, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
She's going D1, and I don't think anyone's going to question her credentials now.
Nope.
The runner, after getting through the hole, that's Amayah Washington, and Amayah's got 6. She knows how to weave through tight spaces.
Oh, yeah. I could never.
What do you mean you could never?
I can't go through tight spaces.
You can't go through...
Unless I'm avoiding people, then I can. But other than that, nah.
I thought you would just run them over.
I mean, basketball-wise, yeah, I would.
Well, you could if you...
like that.
Well, no, that would be called a charge. In most cases, you can't just barrel into people.
Got a lot of those.
Well, we're going to get 2 free throws for Makayah Eytcheson, one of the 6th graders. This is, again, where my knowledge escapes me because with some of the earlier players, I could tell you where they went to school. I could tell you some of their stats. I can't do that here.
Yeah, because they're 6th graders. 6th graders, you don't really know much.
I have no idea who any of these kids are, but I will. Eventually. Just like I found out about you.
Yeah.
And Anaya. Well, Anaya played in this event a few years ago.
Oh, she did?
She did, yes. She played in one of the early games. I don't think Desirae did.
Nah, I don't think she did either.
She should have.
Definitely should have.
Yeah, I can see it now. You're going to tell all the Richfield teammates that are coming back, you better play in this game.
I am. I'm going to go text her phone.
Because you can do what I did and get like 2 buckets, a steal, a dime, and...
Yeah, I didn't do much.
No, you did a lot in that last part. This is Reese Ards at the line, number 35. If it wasn't for that darn asthma getting in the way, you would have been MVP.
I would have been kept going.
You need to put asthma on a timeout for what it did to you.
I wish I could.
It robbed you of your...
It robbed me.
It robbed you. It robbed you of your potential, your glory.
It does rob me of a few moments.
Yeah, we can't have that.
Nope.
13-5 the score after Ards hit a couple of free throws. I think that's what the score is. That's what I've got. Okay, I've got 7, actually.
7?
I've got 7. Here comes Reese. Pulls up.
Ooh, a little too strong. Oh, they just put it 7.
You will not tell anybody about that push-up.
I guess I'm faster than the scoreboard today.
Probably.
That doesn't happen often. No, you should see me. This is one of my, as a broadcaster, every time I see the score either put on the wrong side or not up, I then start second-guessing myself going, wait a minute, is this right?
I don't pay attention to the scoreboard until like the game's almost over.
Well, I have a different job than you do, so I kind of have to pay attention in case my viewers have no idea what's going on. 13-7 our score, and we'll get a substitution. A couple more faces coming in, and who is that? That is a player without a number.
I told you there was a player without a number. I was
that
like,
might have been Lorraine. That might be Lorraine, because everyone else has a number.
Yeah, except her.
That might be Lorraine. If that's her, she is lengthy for a 6th grader.
Oh, yeah. She was like she could at least be in 8th grade. With the height.
And getting in there for the putback is Kyla Carter, 15-7. Alana Shaw with the knock.
Cooking right now.
They've got it figured out.
They play so well together.
Well, I know a few of them have played youth ball. That was number 16, Mayana Johnson. Some of these kids haven't hit their growth spurt yet.
Not yet. They'll get there.
Amayah Washington will try to grow a seed or two at the free throw line.
The commentary at the board is killing me.
And that's Tisa Mitchell, who normally does PA work.
Oh my God, they have cookies over there? I want a cookie.
You and I are going to have to go there.
Yeah,
I hope there's enough for everyone.
Yeah,
I hope you brought enough to share with everybody. Isn't that the line?
I'd like a cookie.
Cookies and ice cream are my weak spot in terms of sweets.
Same.
Washington misses the free throws, but Brzozowski got the O board.
Ooh.
Gray staying with it. Oh, 18. Kyla Carter had the right idea, but leaned in the wrong direction. Tisa actually would give me a hard time because she doesn't think I eat enough.
Oh. I wonder why.
When you're 149, yes.
I weigh more than you. That's the crazy part.
But a lot of that, I'm guessing, is muscle. You probably have
most of it's muscle
tone. You see, you probably could bench press me. You wouldn't even need weights. I bet you could bench press me.
I probably could.
How much can you bench press?
The last time I bench pressed, like 135.
Okay, so you're close.
Yeah.
You need about 15 more pounds, and then
But
you could lift.
that was in 6th grade.
Okay,
So
sixth
that's
grade.
how much I can bench in 6th grade. Now
Well,
I'm
you
in
should
12th
you
grade.
should take another look.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
you
should.
might need. Hey, with NIL being a thing, that might attract a sponsor. But I'm saying, or I believe
foul.
that, based on that, I think we can reasonably assume there is a good chance you could deadlift me. You don't even need weights.
Probably, I could.
Oh, geez, we're going to have so much fun if we do a podcast thing. You'll show me your dogs.
Deadlifting.
All right, Riri. Riri, lift me up.
Lifting.
I have some weird comparisons with your family, apparently.
Apparently.
You weigh more than me,
Yes.
and I'm older than your mom.
Yes.
This is Lorraine Brzozowski at the line. I don't know how much she weighs, and I'm not going to ask.
It's funny, I weigh more than my mom as well.
I don't know how much she can deadlift either. I might
don't
ask
know
her
how much
that,
she can either.
but I will not ask her weight. That's a no-no.
Nah.
And I say this all the time. In our last game, they're just numbers anyway.
Oh, my.
Height, weight, they
numbers.
don't mean anything. Well, I said this too. It doesn't matter what you look like. If you have enough passion, talent, and dedication, there's a place for you in this sport. Think about Mahogany Brown, 5 feet. She's made basketball work for Minneapolis North.
Oh, yeah, she has.
And Emma Dornan, Cretin-Durham Hall. I don't know if you had the chance to play them at all, as we have an outlet, and Phen will take it in for 2. Phen, I should say. Aariya Phen. But I've met bigger players, like Emma Dornan comes to mind at Cretin-Durham Hall. She's not the skinniest player I've ever seen, but she brought a lot of talent. And
I want to
yep.
know how they're not slipping on this floor, because when I was playing, I was slipping and sliding. Maybe I brought the wrong pair of shoes. 'Cause I was slipping and sliding.
I will have to take your word for it because I typically don't run full speed on the floor.
I was slipping. Oh.
Pass got underneath Phen, but they've got a trailer, and that was Vang with the poke from behind. Brzozowski pursues. Barsky retrieves. 2:35 left. Wants to go in. Can't quite get the finish.
For 6th graders, they hack a lot. They hack a lot. Stuff like that wouldn't slide in high school.
Well, they'll learn, as Amayiah Cochran tried to bring the ball up, drew a foul. They'll learn.
Eventually, yeah.
They will. Well, it might be sooner than eventually, because if some of them go to varsity ball, they're going to learn you can't just hack your way.
Yeah, can't grab onto people.
Nope.
Oh, easy layup. Easy layup. Oh, never mind.
Not if Brzozowski can get there.
Nah.
Now the gray team looks for the counter punch.
Oh.
Mayberry too far underneath. Layla, I think, played in this last year. Harmony, I presume her older sister.
Throw it out. Kick it out. There you go.
Brzozowski. Back to Mayberry.
Post up. Big girl.
Taking advantage of
girl
Brzozowski's
move.
height. That's your play of the game right there. Lorraine Brzozowski on the high-low reverse.
Big girl move.
That's your play of the game. Maybe the play of the day. You had a couple of plays, though.
Yeah.
Selling you short not be a good idea. 17-9.
Oh, behind the back.
Gray over red. We're down to a minute in the half.
Travel? Maybe? No?
Wilburn scored. Wilburn scores. At first glance or from the naked eye, I thought it was clean.
I thought it was a travel.
Well, I'll look back at the film and then we'll find out. It'll be like those progressive ads where you can throw a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Where's your challenge flag when you need it?
Uh-oh. That's going out.
Overpass. And that will give the gray team one more chance. Each team has the same name, so gray is LYNX, red is Gophers. And that is Brewster with the mid-range jumper. Five seconds. Here comes the red team. The scoop a bit soft, and that brings us to halftime. 19-11 is the score. And I'm adding up all the numbers, and that looks about right. Yep, 19-11. Amayah Washington, the leader, with 6 points for the gray team. And Riri, as we said, these kids are less experienced in the game, still
learning.
Developing their skill set, all the attributes. But what did you like? You mentioned the gray team had a lot of chemistry.
Oh, yeah. They seem to have a lot of chemistry together, passing the ball, looking for the open person, even looking down at their big man to get the ball.
And for the red team, they had a couple of moments in there, but no one is more than 2 points.
Yeah. I feel like they just need to, slow it down a bit, pass the ball more.
So with this being the final game of the day, and perhaps we'll get Riri to join us at another function down the road if we get more basketball, but with your high school career done, you got to win a few section games, and you got to finish where you started. You started your basketball career with Anaya and Desirae at the traveling level in 3rd grade. You got to finish it with them in 11th grade, and I think in AAU too.
Yeah, I got to Anaya. I played with Anaya in AAU.
Okay, Anaya, that's right. What do you look back on most fondly about what high school basketball did for you, even if you had to take a gap year when you moved back to Richfield?
High school ball kind of gave me that exposure more out, because more people started to realize who I was because of high school ball. AAU is supposed to be what exposes you to college coaches, but I feel like it was high school ball that actually really exposed me out there.
Well, we soon learned that you're a bully who likes to tackle people.
Yeah, okay.
I guess Anaya and Desirae found that out the hard way.
A few people found it out the hard way.
So we learned you're a bully on the court who drinks a lot of Sprite and loves wolves.
Yeah, I like them. They're my favorite animal.
I'm a little older, and when you get to that point, you might test it out. I do enjoy Sprite as an ingredient in some other beverages that I enjoy. Mm-hmm. But I saw you with the Sprite, and it took me back to a day. This is an obscure fun fact. I spent a year in church bell choir, and we did an overnight hangout with other members in our troop. And we went bowling, and I had what they call the suicide, where we mix all the sodas into one.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
Well, and that was one of 6 servings. I had the equivalent of 6 12-ounce cans as we get ready to start the second half.
I mean,
I did not feel good after that.
Yeah, I bet you did.
My kidneys were begging for mercy.
I bet they were. That sounds gross.
And now I don't drink pop anymore unless I mix it with something. Reese Ards mixing in a reverse.
In Vegas, I tried different Coke from all
You were in
around the
Vegas?
world. Yeah.
Oh, for AAU?
Spring break.
Spring break. You went to Vegas and you didn't tell me?
Yeah. That's my trip.
I went to Vegas last year.
Oh, well, there's this Coca-Cola place where you could try different Coke from all around the world.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend. Most of the Cokes tasted really...
You wouldn't recommend it, but you wouldn't recommend?
No.
You said most taste good and you don't recommend it?
No, I said they taste gross.
Oh, gross.
Especially the one from India. Can't do it.
I didn't go there in my last visit to Vegas, but I did get to see a few sights as we get a bucket.
A lot.
Eytcheson with the bucket. I found out they give you a lot of food when you go to restaurants.
Well, yeah.
I had a good time in Vegas. I went down there in June, though. It was really hot. We're talking 105.
Ooh.
And speaking of hot, Layla Mayberry getting hot from three-point range. That's her second tray.
Just wait till she's older. She's going to be a sharpshooter.
Well, if nothing else, I've learned you and I have one thing in common. We both have visited Las Vegas.
Yep. I visited a lot of places.
Well, AAU, I know, will take you a lot of places with all the traveling tournaments you do.
Oh, yeah.
Did you go to Vegas on your own, or did you go with your family or
I went
friends?
with my mom. Well, I went to Vegas twice, actually. The first time was because of AAU. The second time was just for a little senior trip. That's a foul.
We play on, though, Phen.
Refs are calling everything. Understandable. They are young, but, you know.
And it's also an exhibition game.
Yeah.
But they will call that.
Well, yeah.
They'll call that push on Brzozowski.
Well, she did get knocked down, so yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But we've had a fun day here. Always a blast to cover this triple threat event, even if I don't get full rosters until the last second. But this happens from time to time. There were some players that had signed up that couldn't make it.
Got a little roster right here. A little roster right here of people who...
Well, those are just the notes based on the players who I thought would take up this game.
Funny,
and most of them do.
I don't see my name anywhere on that list.
No, well, because I didn't know if you were going to be an addition or not.
I was. I very much was.
Well, fun story how that happened. I put out a plug last week promoting your presence in this game as Layla Mayberry. No, that was Mayberry, 12, yeah. Or was that 31? No, that was Brewster. I think that was
You're
Brewster.
Saying the names. I don't know the names. I know the numbers.
Well, that's okay. I wouldn't expect you to know all the names.
Nah,
I don't even know the names. This is my first time seeing any of these kids.
Assist.
Well, it would have been an assist.
It would have been. She made it. She almost had it.
Okay, so I put out a promo, and then Crystal hit me up on Facebook saying, Zarihana's a senior. She should be playing in this game. So, like, okay, I'll see if I can make it work. And
yeah, I'm glad
I didn't want to make an assumption, so I didn't write your name down, not because I wanted to ignore your stats, but I wanted to be sure. And I didn't see your name listed on any updates, so...
Oh, yeah, I for sure was ready to play this one.
Something I've learned, if I get any more seniors to join me, Crystal might borrow them for a game.
Oh, yeah.
It happened, I did that a few years ago with Ronnie Porter and Nia Holloway. Borrowed them for a couple of games. Brielle Koch gets on the board, 25-19. Just about everyone has scored for the red team. Brzozowski. Cook with the rebound. Yep. Cook's got a little bit of height, too.
Oh, yeah.
And she's only a fifth grader.
Oh,
good read by Elena, just not enough real estate. It does make me wonder with Brzozowski and Brielle Koch, if they hit their growth spurts, if they haven't already, how tall could they get?
Probably like maybe 5'8", 5'9".
5'8"?
Yeah.
Brzozowski looks taller than 5'8" from here.
Yeah, from here.
Well, I guess we'll do a lineup. Yeah.
Yeah, I got.
They don't have the heights listed on this version of the roster. This is Aariya Phen, who will go to the line for 2.
You can just look at somebody and tell they're either going to be short or tall.
For the most part, yes, I agree. Like when you go out there and when I see younger kids in particular, I can kind of tell, okay, they may not be as tall. But there are some who do hit growth spurts late.
Yeah, I hit mine when I was in middle school.
I just never stopped growing.
Lucky you. I wish that was my problem.
Well, in my mind, that is. I stopped at 5'11".
I stopped at I can't tell if I'm 5'8" or 5'7".
Don't you do physicals, though?
Well,
for sports?
Yeah, but I haven't, because physicals last up to 3 years, so I haven't done mine. I had that last year, so I didn't do a physical.
You might have to do an updated one.
I might have to, yeah. So
for Iowa Lakes. I don't know how it works in college.
I don't know either, but we'll figure that out. Oh, Gray is cooking.
That's Kyla Carter with an opportune steal and bucket. 13:35 left. Gray team up 27-19.
I mean, Red's trying to catch up.
Red team putting it together, but not quite stringing the passes the way Gray is. I guess we'll find out whether you're 5'7" or 5'8" come fall, right?
Yeah, I know.
13 minutes left. Red team with the ball. This is Wilburn around the fence, but short. Chance for the Gray team to add to their numbers. Washington had that strong first half. Carter couldn't get it to go. I didn't see who that was because I looked down at my roster. Gray up 29-19. We'll have a timeout. 12:36 left. Well, this was quite the year for you. I guess you still have a few weeks left in the school year, Riri, but
oh yeah, I'm ready for it to be over.
You got to be featured on local broadcast television. Mm-hmm. Do you know how many messages you got? Did you try to keep track?
No.
I suppose you said math wasn't your thing, so.
Yeah, no, I did not try to keep track at all.
But all the people, you said all these old teachers, I'm wondering how many teammates of yours said something, but all those old teachers that remembered you from early on. And not only did you have to relearn a lot, I mean, you had to go through a year of COVID, too.
Oh, yeah. That was worse.
All the seniors did. Anisha, I remember everyone wearing masks for a couple of years. Some of these younger kids, I imagine, will hopefully play without any interruptions. But what we've seen these last few years, Riri, and you're a part of this too, the evolution, how much this game has grown, where we have stat stuffers of all sizes, shapes, and sorts.
Oh, yeah.
With Madden Greenway, Toy Orline, the prolific scorers. Addie Mack ending with over 4,000 points. We'll have free throws for Kyla Carter. Sam Wills, I think, holds every record at visitation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Richfield, their scoring record, I think Jessica January still has that.
Yeah, she does.
But I remember going to Richfield watching her play and to see how things have transpired since. Perhaps one of these youngsters, 5th and 6th graders, as Carter gets the front end to go, will take on that mantle. What is it like, do you think, for them out there? I know we've been here all day, and Crystal's out on the court.
I'm not sure what it's like for them.
Crystal was out on the court. Now, they wouldn't let you do that in a high school game.
No.
I couldn't get away with that.
Nuh-uh.
The officials would be like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, refs would be on that.
As they should, and I would never think of doing something silly like that.
Yeah.
30-19, gray over red. Look for another transition score, and they get it. Carter to 19, Amayiah Cochran. And Amayah's on the board.
Oh.
That seems to be the difference in this game, Riri. The gray team, they've got the passing down a little more fluidly. Red team struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
In that mark. But again, these are younger faces. They have a lot of growing ahead of them. But what I was getting at, Riri, I don't know what opportunities you had in 5th, 6th grade, but to get this chance at a showcase, before this event came about, I did the Intercity All-Star Classic and some others. A lot of them are senior focused, and understandably so. It's their final send-off, but not too many of these showcases give a chance for the younger players to strut their stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's good to see that this showcase allows younger players to show their skills and ability.
And I'm guessing you had an opportunity to play in some things yourself at that young of an age, but
yeah,
what an event like this would have done for you. As we get a bucket for Makayah Eytcheson. Well, I take that back. That was Arianni Shaffa, excuse me. But what kind of opportunities did you have, and what would this event have done for you if you had a chance to play at a younger age?
I feel like it would have given me the exposure that I really needed.
Speaking of exposure, Layla Mayberry getting a good dose of it. She's got 11. And this event, I've been doing this now for 4 years. I took a gap year in 23 because it fell on the same day as the All-Star Series.
Oh, yeah.
But in that span of time, I've seen seniors, well, past seniors, that is, Mimi Wheeler. That's a name you might have heard about. MEAC Conference Player of the Year. She's going to play her final year of college ball at West Virginia. But she transformed her body. She was a big post player, and I mean big. Slimmed down a bunch, and is just a monster now, or was at Norfolk State for 3 years. Made the tournament every year. And we'll get to finish out at West Virginia. Tamia Ugis played at UMKC. More recently, Ronnie Porter. Last year's game, as we get a scoop for Amayah Washington, I think. No, that was Mayberry.
Ooh.
Maybe next year they'll get numbers on the front of the jersey, and I'm not having to
or like both sides.
wait for them to turn around. 8:15. Every other game came down to the wire, Riri. This is the one exception where the gray team has taken command, and they haven't looked back.
Nope. All the other games were back-to-back.
But some of the other players, Angel Hill got a send-off last year. Olivia Wren from Minneapolis Roosevelt, the all-time leading scorer, finished up her first year of JUCO ball at Kirkwood. Maybe not A-listers compared to Jordan Odie, who won Miss Basketball, or Olivia Olson from last year, or Tessa Johnson. But a lot of the players who have taken up these games have become impact players on varsity rosters or have become impact players in college. Ronnie Porter comes to mind. And a couple of Hopkins alumni. London Harris played in this event a couple of times. London won a state title, and she'll play at North Dakota.
Great. I'm glad she's doing that. Ooh!
It stayed on the pivot, just barely. But Desirae Brewster gets the bucket to go. I thought she was going to slide off, but
I thought she was going to jump, honestly.
I thought she was going to slide off, but she kept her toe, her tippy toe, on that floor.
As long as she kept 1 foot down.
1 foot or 1 tiptoe, as long as it doesn't lift off, right?
Ooh, 20-point lead.
41-21, Gray turning this into a clinic.
Well, clearly.
I'm guessing you've had your share of balancing acts as a player where you have to balance or try to balance yourself as best you can.
Oh, yeah.
you mentioned earlier having to work through some of the nerve issues. Does that affect you on the court at all? Or
It causes that was a great three. It causes my leg to get more tired than normal.
Now, who scored there?
31.
31, thank you. That was Brewster. This is what happens when you look away. Here's Brewster, feeling it.
Oh, again? Almost.
Well, Brewster's got 10. Mayberry, I've got her down for 11. So in your case, Riri, does that affect your balance when you're out there?
It can, yeah. It can affect
in terms of
that.
staying focused. And it's funny you mentioned the sleeve because I'm used to seeing so many players wear sleeves now.
Yeah.
Some do it for style.
Yeah, I don't do it for style.
Well, you could still make it
could,
stylish.
But yeah, I do it.
Well, no one will. Here's the thing: nobody knows, right?
Yeah.
Unless they are eagle-eyed viewers. Reese Ards at the line as we approach 5 minutes to go in our final game of the Triple Threat Showcase. There's a lot to like. Reese, I think, I remember her from last year. She does look a bit taller than a year ago. I'd have to consult with Tyzesha, who's her coach with Lady Legends. But she does look bigger.
She might be bigger.
Well, she went from 5th to 6th grade. You know how it goes when you're that young.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, good.
There's a three-point dagger. And I believe that was Barsky who got it. On the other end, Brewster, bullseye.
Yeah,
And it was Barsky who got the three on the other end for the red team. But Brewster with 3 triples. We're just shooting threes all day.
Yep. It's another 3-point contest.
Forget free throw. Yeah, well, they did a 3-point shootout earlier. And the great team keeps on running. Amayiah Cochran with the fast break bucket, 49-25.
Not giving up this win.
Well, they've got this wrapped up. We know that much.
Yeah.
But this isn't about the points. Although the great team, they're not done. They want to keep this up.
Wow.
Carter,
25 points.
51-25. Carter was 6.
26.
As Crystal says, you saw them here first. You heard it here first. Especially that great team. There might be some players that could be impact players on rosters next year.
Oh, yeah.
Brewster's a 5th grader, so she's got another year of travel ball before she can get there. Shaw,
Ooh,
the handoff.
wow.
Oh, now they're just showing off.
I swear, she's just showing off, huh?
The great team just showing off.
Yeah.
53-25. Their transition game on point. Red team says, we're not done. That was Nyla Wilburn with her 2nd bucket. But this one all gray. No gray cloud hanging. They left the lane wide open.
Gray ain't done.
You can't leave that open. Gray's just going to pound it every time. Amayiah Cochran was 6.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you never did that, or you would make sure not to leave the lane open like that.
Nah, never.
Because, well, you had to go against the likes of Anisha Scott. You left the lane open. Forget it.
Yeah, she's taking it.
She's taking it. McNeil, Layla Moses. That De La Salle group, they're going to look a lot different next year, but they've got a lot of talent coming back.
Oh, yeah, they do.
How strange is it going to be making that jump for you? I'm guessing, was it bittersweet to call it a career once that final high school game was done and making that jump? Next year, you're going to have a different routine, different schedule, different teammates. You got to play with 2 of them earlier today.
That was bittersweet. It's like, oh, remembering the fact that I probably won't see these girls in a while.
At least in person.
Yeah.
You'll probably hit them up on TikTok or Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
That is a big change between now and when your mom and I were in school. We didn't have TikTok. Smartphones were just turning into a thing. We had to use old school cell phones, and you had a minute limit.
Oh, yeah.
2.5 to go, and then we'll try to get one more player up here. But This was a lot of fun, Riri. I'm glad we were able to make it work this time. And I'm glad you got a chance to play in this event.
Me too. I'm actually really thankful that I was given the opportunity.
I was kind of prepared for that possibility that I'm like, oh, I'm getting a high schooler to join me in the booth. Crystal might borrow that player for a moment.
And she definitely did.
So it's all working out, though.
Yeah, Gray's not giving up this win. At least the other games, it was back-to-back, but Gray ain't giving this one up.
Kyla Carter certainly isn't. Gets another transition layup to go. That gives her 11.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a tough time picking a player of the game.
Player of the game for Gray team?
You're right, because I usually bring a player or two. How about that move by Wilburn?
All right, I'll suggest 131.
Brewster, I'm thinking Brewster and Mayberry. Kyla Carter making
Brewster.
a last push. Yes, Desirae Brewster, the 5th grader. Well, we'll see if they're willing to talk. Because I'm guessing they're not used to having cameras and microphones like this.
Probably not.
Not like you were.
Nope.
Long 2 doesn't go in.
A minute left.
For Carter. That's Nakai Rucker.
I'm not even sure. Well, Red is trying. At least
they'll try. There's Reese Ards. Had the position. And following through on the shot was Mayana Johnson. Doesn't work out. Still red ball. Red team looking for one more bucket. Long 2. Doesn't get the bounce.
Too much rim.
Amayiah Cochran with the rebound. Is Gray going to push it one more time, or will they let the clock run out?
Are they going to let the clock run out, or are they going to shoot one more time?
That's what I just said.
Oh, no.
Well, they're going for it. Didn't work out.
Nope, Red got it.
Don't blame Amayah Washington for trying, though. 3 on the way. Won't go down for Barsky. 55-29 the final. Gray over Red. And Riri, your thoughts on this game? The Gray team really came out to play. They meshed well, and I think it bodes well for the future of girls basketball as these players get older and become more at one with their bodies.
Oh, yeah.
Any thoughts?
Well, I'm just really glad that I was able to not only be a part of this and be able to broadcast with it.
This was our youngest team. I know the score.
Well, it was an honor to have you, and it was a lot of fun learning about you. And I would hope, wherever you go, Iowa Lakes and beyond, I think Carroll is where you want to go after that.
Carroll.
Whether it's Carroll or some other college, wherever you go, I do hope that the people who are fortunate enough to meet you, if nothing else, learning today and down the road, that it's not just about the points, that you're much more than the accident that set your story in motion. You've done a lot, and you have proven, along with all these players in this game and beyond, that whatever's facing you, there's a path forward. There's a place for you in basketball, and I hope people learn that from you as well, that you're more than just the woman who had a traumatic car accident.
Yeah, me too.
That you have a lot to offer us and a lot to teach us, and so I'm glad we're able to make this work, and it was an honor. I hope we do this again sometime.
Yeah, me too.
We'll try to get a word from one of our players on the Gray team or two, and then we'll call it a day here from the High School for Recording Arts as we wrap up our Twin Cities, I should say triple threat girls basketball showcase being held in the Twin Cities at the High School for Recording Arts.
Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
game winners,
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot. It goes in.
and everything in between. Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. Let's put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
Joining us in our final game of the day, Desirae Brewster and Layla Mayberry, both unofficially with 13 points. And you two and the rest of the great team put on a clinic out there. How quickly did it take for all of you to gel together?
I was kind of nervous at first, but then when I got that first point, I was like, oh, I got this. So, I mean, like, I just started having more confidence while shooting.
What about you, Layla?
When this game started, I was kind of nervous at first, but when I first got my shots in, I was like, had more confidence.
How long have you two been playing?
Since second grade in the YMCA, I think.
Since first grade.
Okay, so you two aren't strangers to this sport. Well, Desirae, you are one of the youngsters out there, one of the few fifth graders, but your three-point form looks like you've been working on that since you were little. What do you enjoy most about getting a chance to play in this event for the first time?
Showing out as the youngest, seeing like I can really play with older people. Like showing out as a youngest fifth grader. My mom says like the more older people are, the more you get a chance to show out. So I just really wanted to prove that I was, meant to be here.
And what about you, Layla? I understand, if I'm correct, are you related to Harmony? Or that's your sister? Okay, I wanted to be sure. I don't like to assume. But you've seen your sister out here. You've seen her do her thing at Park Center. For you to get this chance, I think you were here last year as well. What is it like the second time around?
It's just, I don't know. It's just like fun for me to get better and get my confidence up and effort up.
How would you say your confidence and your game has improved since last year?
It's gotten better. I need to work on some things, but it's whatever.
Well, you're a sixth grader. I wouldn't expect anyone to be perfect at sixth grade. You've got a lot of time, and you've got a big sister who I think would be willing to help you out.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about today's game?
The passing. Getting my passing and my shooting in.
There was a lot of that on this side. What about you, Layla?
Getting to know my teammates and just playing hard on the floor.
And Desirae, you talked about the excitement, the thrill of showing your stuff against some older players. How does this perhaps further develop your confidence, your swagger? I'm not saying you lacked it, but you went out there and proved you can hang in there. You've got the form down, so you've got the mechanics pretty well set.
I just like going against other people, like bigger and older people, to make me better. I mean, I'm only going against myself out there. It's not me against her or me against my sister. It's me against me to make myself better.
And Layla, what has it been like for you having a big sister who's played this sport? You've gotten a chance to see what she can do, and now you're on that same path. How is your dynamic in basketball, how has that strengthened the bond between the two of you?
Well, it's just kind of, I like seeing my sister play. She's good. She's been developing my skill, and we've been working out together for a long time. Yeah.
Now, you two have been playing this sport for a few years now, but any advice you would have to any kids watching this who might want to suit up and knock down threes like the two of you did today?
Yeah, I would just say, because I used to have a bad attitude, just don't let your attitude get in the way of you playing.
I would say keep up the effort and have good leadership for your team.
Attitude and effort do go a long way in basketball and elsewhere. A couple more thoughts I wanted to run past you. What would you say is a fun fact about yourself? When you're not playing basketball, what other activities or interests or hobbies, what else do you like to do?
I like to play flag football a lot, and play with my friends and stuff outside. But normally I just play basketball like outside and other places. I always find a way to get better.
So if it's a sport, you're out there doing it.
Right.
What about you, Layla?
I also like to play flag football, but basketball is my main sport, and I like to play outside with my friends and stuff, so yeah.
They just made flag football a high school sport, so in a few years, perhaps the two of you can suit up for a team. You've got a little time left before you figure out where you want to go to school. Layla, I know you'll be a 7th grader next year, so you can suit up for varsity if you like. Have you thought about doing that, or will you try out another year of junior high?
Yeah, my mom and dad were talking about it, playing to see if I could play with my sister, so yeah.
So we might have 2 Mayberrys at Park Center next year. We'll see. And Desirae, I know you're a 5th grader, so you still have a couple years before you can suit up for varsity, but what are you most excited about as you continue this journey?
Just getting better and seeing what I can do with my capabilities and stuff.
Well, with your attitude the way it is, I think it will only get better for the two of you. Before we go, you want to say hi to anybody?
Hi, Trey Holloman. Hi, Paige Beckers. Hi, Malaysia for Wiley.
Well, she's got a long list of inspirational figures, if I say so myself. Layla, you want to say hi to anybody?
Nope.
Well, Desirae has an affinity for some of the greats. Layla is completely unappreciative. No, I'm kidding. That's all right. You'll have plenty of time to find folks to say hi to, and I certainly want to thank you for taking the time to join us. I know it's not easy to have a microphone in front of your face at such a young age, but from what I saw today, I have a feeling your futures are bright, and I look forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's Desirae Brewster and Layla Mayberry, and that wraps up our coverage here from the High School for Recording Arts in St. Paul. For the rest of our crew, this is Mike Peden reminding you to help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.